Hello, y'all. As all of you guys should be aware, as it is pushed in our face everywhere we go, the presidential election is right around the corner. And as it is constantly pushed as the most important election in our lifetime in history. While I rightfully disagree with that, and I'm not going to go into the reasons why, I believe that every election is equally as important. And this election is no different. 4 years ago, it was Trump and Hillary. Now it's Trump and Biden. And I can tell you that I don't care who you vote for. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for because I'm not your daddy. But I will be reacting to 3 of Joe Biden's presidential ad commercials. And I will be doing 3 of President Trump's ad commercials. Probably same day, if not next day, from when this gets uploaded, which should be November 1st of 2020. And let's get into this with presidential ad for Joe Biden, numero uno.
Family separation order nearly 3 years ago.
Kids were under Mylar blankets on concrete floors after being taken from the arms of their parents. I will never forget seeing it with my own eyes, but Physicians for Human Rights, they call it torture. The American Academy of Pediatrics says it was government-sanctioned child abuse.
Nearly 3 years after Trump's order, over 500 children are still not back with their parents.
What happened? Their kids were ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find over 500 sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. It's criminal.
They are so well taken care of. They're in facilities that were so clean.
On his first day as president, Joe Biden will issue an executive order creating a federal task force to reunite these children with their parents.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
So moving, right? Well, let me tell you something. This kind of upsets me. Because the Trump administration did not order all this to happen at the southern border. But you know who did order it? The Obama administration. Want to know who was part of the Obama administration? Joe Biden. And let me tell you, it is so infuriating for the media to be pushing this because it was recorded underneath Trump while the Obama administration went and ordered this sort of thing to happen at the southern border. And I believe that's what it's talking about. It didn't specifically state that's what it was talking about, but I can pretty much guarantee that's what it's talking about. And it's so infuriating for the news to be reporting something that is so rightfully false. This is just something that they're trying to do to get Trump out of office. They didn't care when Obama did it. Trump was only following the law and which was created underneath Obama for this. And I think it's funny when Trump responded to it saying that the area was clean and stuff. They didn't have him state the full reasoning behind it. But they created this small clip of him saying that it was clean and stuff that make it act like it was bad. Because I can guarantee you that Joe Biden, once in office, as stated in the commercial, that he would create a task force to find those parents, that he wouldn't do such a thing. And then he would go back to what Trump said to say that, all these areas are not as bad. That's what the media does. They take things and then turn them out of context. And that is exactly what Joe Biden is doing there. And it's so infuriating to me about that. And yeah. Almost kind of lost my train of thought there. And even if he does create a task force, how is he going to find these almost 550 families and parents of these kids with 300 million people in the entire country? Those parents could be anywhere right now. They could have gone back to Mexico. They could have went somewhere else. How is he going to find these people is my question to this. But that's all I'm going to state. Let's go to commercial numero dos.
I started this campaign saying we're in the battle for the soul of the nation. I believe that even more deeply today. Who we are, what we stand for, and maybe most importantly, who we are going to be. It's all at stake. Character is on the ballot, the character of the country. And this is our opportunity to leave the dark, angry politics of the past 4 years behind us, to choose hope over fear, unity over division, science over fiction. I believe it's time to unite the country, to come together as a nation. But I can't do it without you, so I'm asking for your vote. We need to remember, this is the United States of America, and there's never been anything we've been unable to do when we've done it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I do kind of agree with Joe Biden was saying there at the end there, that we are the United States of America and we can do whatever we put our minds to and do it together. I do agree with that statement. However, at the beginning of the commercial, he stated that we need to put the last 4 years of angry politics behind us. 4 years? It's been going on longer than that. Even when Barack Obama was in office, George Bush, towards the tail end of George Bush, I should say. I don't quite remember all of George Bush's presidency, as I'm only 21 myself. But what I can say is that in the last 4 years, a lot of the angry politics were coming from the left. So, how is that going to change when you get in office, Joe? Is the left just going to stop getting so angry about every little thing that happens? Because I don't personally think so. There's a lot that goes on to it, and these situations need to get under control. They're even happening in the leftist cities, such as Chicago, Detroit, Portland. We need to get these angry politics under control. Antifa, all these Black Lives Matter, all these sort of organizations that are creating division. And yes, we need to get these sort of situations under control. And there are even right-wing situations that we need to get under control, such as the white supremacy issue in Charlottesville, North Carolina, a couple years ago, I think now. Could be wrong about the timing of that. But we need to get these situations under control. And I agree with that. But Joe Biden acts like him getting elected is just going to change everything right away. And I disagree with that portion of it. And we are the United States. Whatever we can do, we can do it well together. Now on to add, numeral, trace.
Roger and I decided that we wanted to move to the Villages. We were ready to retire. We were both 60. He was in the military. I had the business for 10 years. My husband and I are both concerned about the virus and catching it. I know other people have things a lot worse, but we feel trapped here because we can't go to be with the ones that we love. My husband and I have been gifted with 2 beautiful grandchildren. We try to see them as often as possible, and it's been 6 months, and it's way too long. And while I don't blame Donald Trump for the virus, I blame him for his lack of action. And because of that, we're sitting here Zooming or FaceTiming with our grandchildren instead of hugging and kissing them. And that's hard. Joe Biden knows that every moment is precious. I trust Joe Biden to get this virus under control.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
That one, I kind of almost hits me hard. Because with the coronavirus issue in the United States and in the entire world, it's been hard on everyone. Even the people who don't necessarily think it's as bad as it is. And personally, I am one of those people. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't necessarily think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. And I do believe a lot of the protocols that have gone into place don't work as effective as people say they do. But what can I do? What can any of us do, really? And I've never caught it or anything like that. But to say that Donald Trump's lack of action, what the hell is he supposed to do? Just make it go away? And what is Joe Biden going to do? Just make the virus totally go away? No, that's not going to happen. Trump did start taking actions prematurely. And yes, he may have said some untrue things to the public, but he did that as any president would do at keeping the peace. Doing what is needed. Saying what is needed to keep the peace and not create panic within the society. And that is very important. As a leader of any country, I would expect the president of Greece, leader of China, which the leader of China pretty much did the same exact thing, Japan, Spain, wherever, those leaders need to keep the peace within their countries, keep the citizens calm. Don't be alert. Don't be anxious, be alert. So that means to be caught up with the information on it, but don't overwhelm yourself with that information. And that is something that President Trump tried doing early on, because he did take action early on. He did start banning flights in and out of China for that very reason, to keep the virus from coming over here. Well, that didn't work. And a lot of people are, and even I think this virus has been here longer than we started taking action on. Because I've heard stories, and even myself have people getting sick early on. I read a story about this guy who was sick for like 3 weeks in December. Went in, doctor said it was just a cold, but he barely could move and stuff. He was so sick that he pretty much was bedridden for a few weeks. My grandma was sick the entire month of January. Was told it was pneumonia, and the antibiotics for the excuse me here, and the antibiotics for the pneumonia didn't even work. She kept taking antibiotics, was feeling a little bit better, but still took weeks before she actually felt like herself again. So Trump was notified about it, I think it was the end of January, when this virus could have easily been in here since December. And to say that it is his fault is absurd. Yes, don't blame Trump for the virus. Blame him for his action. But his action he did a lot of things behind the scenes that he's told us to try to keep the peace among the people. And Joe Biden being elected is not just going to make this go away. So, yeah, those are the 3 ads I have reacted to. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and you can put your opinions. If you think I'm wrong, it's not going to hurt me. Having educational discussion about things is important. So, if you think I'm wrong, comment. If you think I'm right, comment. If you like more videos like this, well, leave a thumbs up. And yeah, Donald Trump's will be next. Thank you guys.